Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey girlfriend, you've reached Risky Intentions, where the balanced fun hoes go for spiritual enlightenment while still being a little risque. Follow us each week as we unpack healing past trauma, living with intention, and vibing higher, as we share all the raunchy ass stories that got us here.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to, what is it? Risky Intentions. Ooh.
That was kind of sassy.
A little sexual.
Sexual healing.
Welcome back, guys. It's another week. I hope everyone's doing wonderful, feeling good, looking good. I'm your girl, CC.
And it's your girl, Jordy. And we're here.
We're still hanging in there. I hope y'all are still hanging with us.
Right.
This week, we're talking about some coping mechanisms, and I feel like we can all really benefit from the things we're going to talk about.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
I think that coping is something that you like grow with time. You know what I mean? Like you learn healthy ways of coping. You learn what works for you, what your methods are.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna break down some old methods, new methods, and methods in betweens that we definitely have to get rid of.
Get into it.
But let's get our affirmations going for the week.
You want us to kick it off?
Sure. My affirmation this week is I am vibrating at the frequency of abundance and prosperity. You need to move from a mindset of I am full of, not like a mindset of lacking. So every day this week, if this resonates with anybody, vibrate at the frequency of abundance and prosperity.
I love that. And I love prosperity. You know what I mean? Like, get that coin, honey.
I feel like, too, with prosperity, it's like you obtain more so you can bless others.
Absolutely.
Like, I think that's truly moving in prosperity. Like, when I have, like, I'm able to give more.
Absolutely.
So,
it's that
try
whole
to give.
Giving from you can't pour from an empty cup. We said this last.
I can't say it enough. You can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
So if I'm broke, don't holler at me.
If I'm
I
broke,
got it.
Stop inviting me to the club because I'm trying to live in prosperity.
In prosperity and abundance.
I love that.
But what time we going?
My affirmation this week is I welcome light into my life. I invite that the spirit of light into my world. I think it's just so easy, you know what I mean, to get caught up in, I don't want to say like a depressed mind state or like
we live in a dark world.
Yeah.
There's
absolutely.
a lot of dark. We have to take moments to find light. That's beautiful.
And I think when you can move from a place of light and love, it's just like, honey, it comes, what you are putting into the world is what you're getting back. So if I'm looking for evil, if I'm looking for dark, if I'm looking for a situation to kind of the bad to happen, then that's what I'm gonna get back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That you're gonna keep attracting that.
Yeah.
You are the light, baby.
Yes.
Be the light. See the light.
See the light.
Yes, Jay.
Be the light.
You are the light, honey.
Cheers to that. Should we cheers?
Cheers to that. To abundance, prosperity, and being the light.
Who calling us?
So, what's the tea?
Tea. What is the tea this week? Well,
man, sad tea to start off with, unfortunately, tragically. R.I.P. Paul Mooney.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. It's really sad.
It's awful. It's awful. I feel like, it's Paul Mooney has been ingrained into our childhood.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
All his little tidbits on Chappelle's show, and I didn't even know
Yes.
until like a while back that he wrote for Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
was like,
that's
he
kind
the
of like-
GOAT. You wrote for the GOAT. You the GOAT.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's awful. It's just, I don't know what it is about 2021 for me or why I just feel like death has been so prevalent this year.
I think from 2020, it just kind of like kept dragging on.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like the amount. I don't think I've heard of this many people dying ever. Just all the time. Like I'm always hearing of somebody dying, and I'm just like, fuck, this is crazy. So
Pretty heavy. Pretty heavy.
Yeah, when the legends go, it's just it's insane.
Yeah.
It's really
He
crazy.
passed what? Heart attack?
Heart attack. He died of a heart attack. I think that before I read somewhere that he had dementia for the past like few years. So he's
That's
been
tough.
suffering from dementia. He was living with a family member out in Oakland, and he passed on.
Well, at least he's with the angels, peacefully, with his buddy Richard Pryor.
Right.
Man, that's so sad. Condolences to his family and loved ones for sure.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Also in other news, Billy Porter revealed that he's been HIV positive for 15 years. And if y'all don't know who
Stop
Billy Porter is,
it.
he is on Pose, which, do you watch the show?
I'm familiar with the show. I've watched a little bit, but I know that his character gets HIV.
Yeah, his character, Pray Tell, gets HIV.
Oh, no.
And he said that basically, like, that's what inspired him to, like, come out.
Take that role?
And to just come out with it. He was like, I basically have said on screen already what my real life situation is. So I'm like, that's beautiful and so courageous. I guess his mom didn't even know for a while.
I feel like Billy Porter is an artist that is so under appreciated.
Man, fashion icon, okay?
But even like now, I feel like people know who Billy Porter is because of Pose, and maybe it's like this resurgence of Billy Porter with Pose.
For sure.
But he's been in the eye a lot more lately, so it's just, it's crazy. That's awful. That's awful to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you got to bring awareness, and I think it's just really courageous of him to be like, this is who I am, standing in his truth. You want to bring awareness and like share your story and give hope to somebody else.
Absolutely.
So
I think too.
hope-
You think about. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
I think too about like Magic Johnson when he came out with HIV,
Right.
or having HIV. And it's this big ostracized thing of like, oh no, and but 14 years ago, we're not in the world that we lived in 14 years ago.
Right.
So yeah, just kudos for him to coming out, but also I understand the entertainment industry, kind of wanting to stay away from and not wanting to reveal that to the world.
Oh, he said this is why he had it. And you're right, because around that time, it's just like, something you kind of wanted to keep under wraps. You don't want people treating you differently or judging you or whatever. But he said, the shame of that time, compounded with the shame that had already accumulated in my life, silenced me. And I've lived with that shame and silence for 14 years. HIV positive, where I come from, growing up in the Pentecostal church with a very religious family, is God's punishment. And I'm like, damn. That's truly how a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
Like, I got to keep this under wraps, and people are going to treat me different or look at me different, or
I think
however.
too, any disease or illness, or like it's like having herpes or something. It's like this huge shame, and it's kind of fucked up the way that people just kind of like, it's not like when the whole thing about Usher, and not even to take away from the totality of Billy Porter, like that's obviously a huge. I don't want to like jump ships, like, whoa, but the way that people kind of completely just like, no, like it was like Usher, gross, like really almost like cancel culture. You know what I mean? Like
for someone
like,
that's like going through a horrible time,
but
really dealing with something.
And it can't, who knows if it was true or not, but I just think about the people that did have her, like how offensive that could be for someone that has it.
Right.
And more reason of like not wanting to tell anyone their truth.
Absolutely. I think it was bold move of him.
Absolutely.
I'm glad he like finally found the confidence too. That takes a lot.
Living your truth. Living your truth.
Your truth.
Yeah. What's
All right.
next? What are we going into next?
Going into our Trife life.
Trife
What
life.
trifling things have occurred? You got some for us, Jay?
Trife.
Some trifling?
Trife life.
Oh shit! What happened?
Just trifling.
Just trifling.
I don't have anything that happened to me personally.
Okay.
But I'll speak on something that happened to a friend.
Okay, an observation.
An observation. So, I feel like I should name my friend.
Give them names. Give them
Okay,
names.
so
or
we'll
they
name-
gonna come for you.
we'll name my friend Jessica,
Okay.
and we'll name the guy that she has been fancying. We'll name him, I don't know, fucking Bob.
Bob and Jessica.
Bob and Jessica. Was somebody named Bob in your character last
I think
time?
so. I gave everybody grandpa names.
Okay, Bob and Jessica. Ooh, I like that. Actually, let's give Jesse an older name. We'll go with Jesse and Bob. Jesse and Bob.
Love that. Jesse and Bob.
So Jesse and Bob are dating, and I don't even want to say dating, but they like each other, right?
They going on dates and fucking around?
They're going on dates. They're fucking.
They're dating.
I don't want to say that
They're not
going
exclusive.
but they talk to each other every day. They hang out with each other. Yes, they have sex with each other. Sure. I don't want to say that they're like dating. You know what I mean? I think that they're probably just fucking around kind of thing.
But like,
But it's also like they have a relationship.
they rock with each other. Are they intimate? Do they talk about a lot of things?
Yeah, they rock
They're
with each
dating.
other.
They're dating.
Okay. All right,
I
they're
feel like
dating.
they're dating.
They're dating.
Not exclusively. They're not boyfriend, girlfriend.
They're not exactly. They're not dating exclusively, but they're dating. And Bob's birthday came up, first, just fucking calendar of birthdays. He's in February. She's in maybe March. And so whatever. His birthday comes around and she kind of goes all out for him. Like Jesse pulled out the bells and the whistles. Like, I really want to show you that I rock with you. I want to, I just want you to feel appreciated. I want to do something nice for you.
I already see where this is about to go.
I feel like, and I feel like it's not like you do things for people's birthday that you're just kind of talking to.
No.
Like, I feel like if it's somebody's birthday, I'm
I might pull up with a bottle for you.
Sure.
Hey, happy
Sure.
birthday.
Absolutely. Just classy. But I feel like I'm not like specialized birthday for someone that I'm just kind of like whatever about.
That's
Well,
my
yeah,
man's,
it's-
or we're working on it.
Right.
We're trying to get
That
there.
is
Let
my
me
ma-
show
that's-
you.
That's my man's behavior kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I rock with you. I fuck with you.
I'm trying to show you. I want you to be my man.
I want to do something nice for your birthday. And mind you, his birthday comes first.
What did she do? What all did she do?
She took him to get a massage.
Nice.
She took him to get a nice massage, spent a pretty penny.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really like the basis of it, just like a spa day, but like did a nice gesture of like,
Yeah, super nice.
I kind of,
I had to plan this.
I had to plan, I had to make reservation. I spent money on you, like a lot of money on you, which I guess it's like, whatever, if it's not a big deal.
It ain't
but,
tricking if you got it.
Right.
It ain't tricking if you got it. It's just a gesture. It's the thought.
Right.
I thought of you.
I thought of
Okay.
you. It's your birthday. I want to do something nice for you. And then fast forward, a month later, and it's time for her birthday, and it was like barely got a call, barely nothing, like literally. I mean, she got a call, she got a text message, she got a very
Barely.
She got a sweet text message,
Okay.
but that was the extent of it.
No pull up.
No
No
pull up.
card.
He was out of town.
Not a flower.
She didn't know he was out of town. And I'm just like, I feel fucked up now. I feel like I'm like telling all the tea, honey. But yeah, I mean, like, I guess long story short, like he didn't really like, there was nothing. And even if he wasn't in town, he could have sent flowers, sent a card.
When I get back
Flower,
in town,
like,
let me take you here.
anything.
What's your schedule like?
And I think that it's just like, for me, I just felt like that was the most trifling shit ever. For you to have an experience, like, it's not like, again, we're not together. We're not. So for me to go out of my way and do something nice for your birthday and you can't reciprocate, I think that's the trifling part.
Absolutely.
It's
but
like, it's just like an opportunity, like you had the opportunity to do something, a little something, anything cute. Take me on a
Anything cute.
hike. Do just creative. I'm not saying it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about
Right,
the
right.
cost. I think it's more so just matching energy.
yes and no. My only thing is, you definitely don't want to do things for people with an expectation of something in return. But if you fuck with me like that,
I agree.
Like, you're basically telling me, you're showing me,
right?
I think you don't really rock with me the way that I thought that we were rocking.
And
That's how I would
think
feel. Like,
that's
damn,
exactly
okay.
it. No, that's
Not
a
a
great
card, not a
point.
flower, not a nothing. Like,
I think it has nothing to do with the idea of expectation. I think it's just common courtesy. Like, it's just like and it's not that I feel
take me
like
to dinner.
it's not like I'm not saying that people should do something like, oh, I did this for you, so you should get me back. I scratched your back, you should scratch mine. I think it's more so just, I don't know, like if I'm going out of my way and giving you this energy, if I'm going out of my way and like, I don't want to use the word energy. Maybe that's the wrong word that I'm using. But I feel like if I'm giving, then I want
Giving this
that
effort.
to be
I put some effort. I
reciprocated.
put some thought and
Yeah,
time into your birthday.
Absolutely.
And you didn't put even a drop in mine.
I think that's exactly what it is. It's like no
delete,
consideration.
block, canceled.
Yeah. And I think, I'm not with that. I feel like that's trifling as hell.
Life, man. I hope she cancels him.
I hope so too.
Or canceled him.
Bob, you need to get your shit together.
Because Bob got her fucked up.
Bob got her all the way fucked up.
At least dinner. And I feel like dinner is like the bare minimum. Like, you don't have to put any thought. You just need to pull up. You're going to benefit. I'm sure you're going to be hungry at some point in the day.
Right.
And we're still going to feel cute. Like, oh, yeah, he took me to dinner.
And it's just the thought. It's honestly has nothing to do with what it could have been a picnic on a blanket in a park with some sandwiches and some crackers and some wine. And I would have, you know what I mean? Like,
that's one thing I think guys don't realize.
Yeah.
Like, it's the little things.
Yeah. It doesn't take much to...
Like,
really,
sure, like a fine dining experience. Of course, I love a fine dining experience.
Yeah, who doesn't?
But...
a woman doesn't.
If you put a little thought and take me somewhere cute, and you just put the blanket and like, oh yeah, I brought us lunch here at the beach. I'm like, this was so nice.
I had an ex-boyfriend, and not even to shout this nigga out or talk about his ain't shit ass, but I shouldn't say ain't shit. I had an ex-boyfriend. That used to take me on like the rooftop, and we would just like watch the sunset and drink wine. And I thought it was cutest thing.
Game. That man had game.
Yeah, he did. And he fucking played me like a game. Like, that's exactly what happened.
You're like, I wasn't the only one on that rooftop.
I mean, it was my rooftop, but we would also just like watch the sunset on the beach.
Just cutesies.
Just cute time.
Guys, if any guys are listening and watching, we're lame. Girls are simple. All the little movie cutesy thing. Act like you've seen a movie.
Right.
If you're not a romantic guy, watch a little love story.
Right.
And grab yourself a little date.
Why is it so like hard for people to grasp of like, oh well, no, it's like that's like a movie, and it's like romanticize me.
Want. We've been watching Disney movies since we were 3. I'm a princess, okay?
I am a princess. Fix my crown or keep it moving.
Come find me.
Yeah.
Even though I showed up to the ball in a pumpkin. Like, what? That's what we want.
You're right. Let's not worry about the specifics.
Not the specifics of things.
Oh, God. Okay.
Ooh.
What's next?
Our cocktails.
Ooh.
This one's kind of gross. Our cocktails.
Should we clink clank? You gotta take a sip. It's cocktails.
Okay. That was nice. That was a hefty clink.
I don't have to twist your arm, do I?
No, my drink's gonna be gone.
I'm okay with that.
So I saw this thing on Twitter about this
Black
couple.
Twitter? Was it Black Twitter?
It was, of course, Black Twitter. And this couple have been dating, fall madly in love, and they kept, the whole time they were dating, people kept telling them, like, you guys look similar. You guys look like you could be related. And they're like, stop it. Like, okay, whatever. I love her. I love him. Fast forward, like a year or so into their relationship, they decided to get DNA tests. And
Together?
And found out.
So they had like an itch. They knew something was up.
They posted a picture, and I wish I would have just saved the picture because I looked at him like, clearly your cousins, brothers, something.
Where were they at? What part of the world was this?
I don't know. They look somewhere down south, and
This-
people be getting a little jiggy with the,
Yeah,
the
they do.
incest
They
down
really
that
do.
down that way.
Can you imagine? It's like some Jerry. This is like some Jerry Springer shit. This is like some Jerry Springer shit.
Jerry Springer. Call them up. They belong on the show.
Oh my god.
They find out that they are in
white?
fact, no, they're black.
Oh my god.
I know, I'm
I
embarrassed
don't know
for
why
us all.
it's so bad, but it's like,
Oh, because you think, this is so not right of me to say, but I'm going to say it anyways.
it's okay.
That it's just a thing. Like, you think of cousin fuckers, you think of, like, hillbilly-ass white people.
Right.
You do.
I mean, I
I'm
asked
sorry.
if they were white, so I'm just there with you. We'll go to hell together.
But, yeah. So they do find out they're, in fact, brother and sister. And they said that they're still very much in love. And
Stop it.
Gonna keep the relationship going.
Oh, they're still talking.
They're still in love.
Oh my.
That ain't my brother
How
if
do
I didn't grow
you-
up with him.
How do you? This is like Game of Thrones. Do you watch that show?
I've watched a few episodes and
Yeah,
I've gone
there's-
further
there's
into it. And
siblings
yeah,
that be
exactly.
fucking, and they're just like, we shared the womb and
Now we share each other.
something. I don't
Disgusting.
fucking know. It's
I would
kinda
probably
gross.
throw up everywhere.
I think it's one thing to not know, but for
But
you to
once you
like,
know.
you are aware and you're still like, fuck it, let's get it. Like, they don't know our hearts. Like, what? What is this? I don't like it.
I would not be able to talk for a while. But, love is love.
Love is love.
I'm sure somewhere it's legal. Whatever.
I just feel like, why? I don't know. Like, what are you, like, if so you're going to have children and then your children are going to probably have defects? That's incest. It's literally incest.
I would have to just disappear.
Your kids are going to have like 15 toes.
Like, at some point, maybe we can create a brother-sister relationship, but I need to never see you. I mean, not see you for a while.
I feel like there's no way. There's just no way. How do you keep a relationship going after knowing that? That's sick.
I'd be so disgusted.
I think that's kind of trifling.
Definitely is something that I would need some serious therapy and coping mechanisms to get over. 1,000%.
Lots and lots and lots of champagne.
Lots.
All right, so to kick off this segment, or this next piece about coping, how do you personally cope with things, see?
Now, currently, I try to stay busy. I think busyness and like working out and trying to stay happy
Productive.
and productive is how I cope with things. When I was younger, I would do really weird stuff to cope.
Like what?
I used to bake,
Okay.
but like massive amounts of things, like just out of depression or just I'd be really sad and I'd bake like 60 cupcakes. And then I'd just be there with the cupcakes, like, what am I going to do with all of
Did you eat
these?
them?
I would just take them to school.
Oh my god.
I'd
So
be
like
like-
young, like
Yeah,
grade
like
school.
high school.
Oh.
Yeah, I would be like, depression,
Oh.
let me just bake something. That and watch Disney movies. And that's still something every once in a while I do. So if anybody gets serious enough with me and sees me watching a Disney movie and
It's
having
like,
a drink,
What's up? Like, what's up? You okay? You
I
good?
may jump off a bridge soon.
Oh my goodness.
So just make sure I'm straight.
Somebody go check on her.
Like, she in here watching,
Is this Aladdin?
what the hell she doing watching Aladdin?
Yeah, I feel like people that are into Disney are kind of weird.
But I also think it's like a comfort thing. It like makes me
Yeah.
feel small,
And safe.
and like kind of detached from adulthood for a moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's one way.
Yeah.
Another, I used to turn up hard too.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be it. Like, I'm just gonna get extremely fucked up until
Yeah.
I can't remember anything's bothering me.
I think that that's a little bit of my coping mechanism. Like, I will lean, I hate to say it, not to say that I'm like an alcoholic, but I think a form of my coping and like masking is drinking or partying or just like not dealing with it. Like, completely just like denial and I'm gonna go like have fun.
I'm just gonna act like this never happened.
Yeah. Cause I don't know. I think something about just like drowning away your sorrows. I guess that's just, I don't know. I just like, okay.
I feel like it's kind of normal, right? It's
Yeah.
like life is heavy. Things happen. You just want to numb the pain,
Right.
even for just a moment.
Right.
But as corny as this is going to sound, I went to this, like, I don't even know what to call it, seminar, if you will. And just like about bettering yourself and like how to handle things.
Okay.
And the guy very much kept reiterating, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you notice like
your
a dangerous
habits.
pattern where you're
Yeah.
like, I keep drinking and getting faded and forgetting, it's like you're not really dealing with anything. And alcohol is a depressant. So truly you're making yourself more depressed in the long run.
Right. Yeah, I think that certainly has been something that I've noticed, or like self-blame and just like thinking about something. Like I will dwell in a situation. I think I don't know, it's I'm the kind of person, I'm very analytical, and I will replay circumstances or situations like, and it's always bad stuff. It's never like the things that you did good of, like that you keep thinking over, right? It's like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that, or I can't believe it doesn't necessarily have to be like this big crazy grande like thing that you've done that you need to cope from or cope with. I think it could sometimes just be like, dang, I didn't communicate as best as I could, or you know, I was kind of snappy, I was kind of mean, I was this, or just...
I will play back something I said over and over and really beat myself up about it.
And it's really, it's one, it's just debilitating of like, you're not doing anything for anyone. The other person probably doesn't even remember, right? Or like, what do they say? Fears are like 80% of what you think will actually happen.
But self-blame can also be like internalizing and taking responsibility for what somebody else did to you and being like, what's an example?
No, absolutely. I think almost like, because once you get to a place, I think of really like not living in ego, you can identify and you can see things of like, okay, I don't want to use the term accountability, but it's almost like to take it too far, like too much accountability, like over, you know what I mean? Like within self-blaming.
Yeah, not even accountability, but like you're taking on
Someone else's
baggage.
Yeah.
Like somebody projected some type of negativity onto you and you're like, this is my fault.
Yeah.
Like even though you just got done wrong
Yeah.
or someone treated you weird or
Yeah.
however, it's like, this is all my fault. And that can be very
Toxic.
very toxic, very detrimental to your own mental health. And then it can be like a spiral. Like, it's all my fault. I'm not good enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the coping techniques or different coping techniques that there are?
Well, I think those denial and self-blame are for sure some negative ones we
Right.
want to steer clear of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one is venting. And that can go both ways. So that can be a positive or a negative, depending who you're venting to, how you're venting.
And does it necessarily have to do with like allowing other people to vent to you? I guess that's like within your own boundaries. You know what I mean? Of like with like...
That's a good point, Jay, because, and I only have one friend who is very mindful of this with me, and I with her. Hey girl, I'm going through something. Do you have a minute to talk? Do you have the mental capacity right now for me to vent to you? And I think that's something that people do not do and need to normalize, rather than think I can just pick up the phone and call and dump all my baggage onto my friends or family or whoever. It's like, are you mentally stable for me to tell you about my shit right now?
And vice versa of like the other person of like, I guess, answering to someone that's venting to you of like, hey, do you want me to give you my input, or do you just want me to
Yes.
listen? Do you like, what's the temperature here?
Like, do you want me to just listen?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want some advice?
Right. Like, what are we doing?
yeah.
What's just, yeah, how are you feeling?
We need to normalize that, because there's time. I'm very much a venter. Like, I'm an open book. I like just, talking to my friends or family about,
Same.
if I trust you and you're in my life, like, I'm okay with you knowing what's going on in my world. But
Mm-hmm.
9 out of 10, I don't want an opinion or like
Right.
advice unless I'm like, hey, what do you think?
Right.
What do you think about this? Most times it's me processing
Right.
my own, which can be a positive to venting, right? It's like you just need to work yourself through it and talking about things and just getting it out in the air, and then you hear things back to yourself and you're like, yeah, this is crazy.
That's where you had me fucked up.
Yeah, and that right there is where they had me fucked up.
Absolutely.
Or this situation did not serve me and I need to move on.
Right.
So venting, it can go very much both ways. So in moderation, venting can be very healthy. Ooh, humor. Humor is one of my favorite. I will hide all my traumas and triggers in laughter.
And I think that it's just like they say Black people laugh a lot. Like we're naturally just joyous people. Like that
We've had to
we
be.
laugh a lot. Like we're very, I think humor is very much so ingrained in kind of our culture of like, even like, you see things on Black Twitter or whatever, and it's like, damn, why does everything have to be a joke? And I think that that's kind of that idea, like maybe that coping is comforting for someone. You know what I mean?
So comforting. It's also just like a positive reframing.
Yeah.
You can just
Absolutely.
turn a negative into a positive.
Yeah.
Rather than dwell on it, it's like, keep it light.
Yeah.
Keep it light.
Yeah.
We'll forget about it, because most situations or wrongdoings later down the line, you can look back at it and you're like, oh,
That was funny.
so silly.
Yeah.
I'm not even pressed anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever. No
Absolutely.
biggie.
Absolutely. Another positive coping mechanism is asking for support or seeking support. I think that it's important with coping of like, just I am a big advocate of therapy. And I think
Oh,
it's
yes.
at what you just said of like when you see a downward spiral, when you see yourself kind of spiraling and acting out of character and having these behaviors and these habits that are not healthy, I think it's important to, find emotional support, mental support, physical support. That means you need to work out more, like, just feeding into your body, like what is happening. So that's a positive coping mechanism.
Yeah, support can definitely look like different things, but that therapy one, something we could all benefit from.
Every single person on this planet.
Every single person.
I hate that Black people have this stigma of like therapy is like, oh no, we don't talk to other people about our problems.
Girl, you ain't depressed. What you got to be depressed about?
Right. Or like, oh, just be happy.
Pray about it.
Pray about it. Go to Jesus. Take it to Jesus
Could Jesus get down here and help me out already?
today.
No, for sure.
But honestly, he does kind of come down and help me out all the time.
All the time. Now, if you talk, he will start to talk back.
Another positive coping mechanism is problem solving. I'm really trying to like figure out how you can solve a situation. I think when you're solution oriented or having people in your life that are solution oriented with problems, I feel like, you go to certain people for different things, right? Like depending on what answer that you want back. So, you may have a friend that's temperament is turned up and it's like, fuck that, we finna go right on them. Like that's they're just like, whatever
That's
you
how
want to
they're
do,
going to solve that problem.
we gonna fix it that way. Another way is you want to take the
relaxation. This is another fave. Self-love is the best love.
right.
And whatever you're going through, you feel that, go through it, feel it, but also treat yourself. Sit back, relax, chill. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay.
And everyone is going through, like, I think people have this idea or this thought that that we exist in a bubble, and like
Right.
nobody else is going through things as well. Like everyone is in flames around. You know what I mean?
Literally,
Like,
we are all on fire right now.
yeah.
There's things going great in my life, but there's also so many things and loops to jump through and courses to run through.
Clothes under the bed. It's like,
And it's just like, I'm just going to act like
yeah, I'm gonna
everything's
just close the
okay.
store. They're
That's
not even gonna deal with it.
what social media messes up for us, right?
Yeah.
People scrolling all day thinking everyone else's life is okay. And they
Yeah,
get
it's like a
anxious,
false
like
sense of
everything's,
reality.
everything's messed up in my world.
Yeah.
Take the time to relax, breathe.
Yeah.
Whether it's, this is one that I've discovered recently, just doing it by itself is breath work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it is kind of weird at first. You're like really just taking all these, not just like regular like breaths, but like there's really different works you can do, like hold one nostril and you do like really fast breath works. And it just helps move like your energy around. And like afterwards you're like, oh wow, I like do feel
here.
more
I'm
relaxed.
back now.
You know, yoga is my jam
Right.
for relaxing, sound bath, just taking a hot bath, like turn the phone off, get in a bath, vibe out. Recently I was sad, like maybe a month or so ago. I had a bath, put some Netflix like on my laptop on the counter,
I love that.
and I did eat a burrito while I was in the bath too.
I love that for you. This visual in my head right now.
It was magical, okay?
I imagine. That's exactly. How could it not be a burrito, Netflix,
And a bath?
And a bath.
I felt like a genius, first of all. I was like, I should have done this sooner in life.
How did your hands? I guess yeah. if
I
you're
didn't
not,
get
like,
my
if
hands
you're
all the
not-
way in.
if
I
you're
put the
not-
burrito right there.
Like, did the burrito not get wet? Okay.
No, I ate that thing and then I put my hands in.
Got it. You smart.
I need help.
As long as you realize it. No.
But I felt better afterwards.
I love that. And I think it's exactly that. Doing what makes you happy, right? And like setting and adjusting the expectations. You know what I mean? Of anticipating various outcomes and scenarios and just really being ready of like, okay, whatever it may look like, whatever is different, you know, obviously there's different circumstances in your life and whatever. And they will call for different responses. These mechanisms are kind of designed to like be tailored to whatever it is that you're going through in that given moment.
And what works, you know, today might not work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you're constantly adjusting and
Yeah.
expect the unexpected. You know, you hope for the
Yeah.
best,
Yeah.
prepare for the worst,
Right. Prepare
but definitely
for the stress.
adjusting.
Yeah.
I like that. Adjusting your expectations,
Yeah.
you know?
Constantly. Because I think it's easy too, especially if you're like a person that suffers with control. And it's like, but I see it going, do, 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 do. And then when something is like, do, 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 it's like,
You're like, wait, whoa,
yeah.
this was not my map.
Right.
People definitely see things are supposed to be linear, and I don't think anything in this life is linear. None of it.
No.
None of it. Everything is like a whoop, a wop, a loop-de-loop.
Yeah. It's just like, like help yourself prepare for situations and scenarios that could cause you stress. Like know yourself.
Know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Work it out. Figure it out. I love that. So our positive coping mechanisms: venting in moderation,
Mm-hmm.
humor, seeking support, problem solving, relaxation,
Mm-hmm.
physical recreation, whether it's sports, running, jumping, whatever, dancing. Ooh, dancing, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And adjusting your expectations. I feel like these are all very healthy coping
Yeah.
mechanisms.
And I think it's exactly that. It's just listening to your body of like, and listening to how you're feeling. Like, I need a bath right now with a burrito and some Netflix.
Thank you.
Or
That's
I
how
need-
I felt about it.
I need to color right now. I need to cook right now. I need to draw something. I need to go outside and take a walk and see nature and
A
feel the
5-minute walk.
feel the vitamin C. Like, is it D or C?
D. It's okay.
The vitamin D on my skin. You know what I mean?
Vitamin D.
But like, yeah, all of those things, you know, talk to a friend that brings you joy, meditate, read a book, whatever it looks like.
Turn the
for
phone off.
you.
Disconnect. Find whatever you need to find
Yeah.
for you.
To cope. Absolutely. Ooh, you know, one thing I really have gotten hip to is scents, like candles, aromatherapy.
Oh, that's real.
I just feel like it definitely changes and alters my mood and my energy. Just, and whether it's like incense
It's
or
a sensory thing. You're like, oh, it smells nice in here. It feels nicer in here. I feel a little more comforted.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like the same as like having a messy room and it's just like mess all over. It's like clutter in my head. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do too much clutter. I'm a little OCD about it, but I feel like if my room or all my stuff is a mess, then I'm like, oh, my life is a mess. Now I'm a mess. We just a mess in here.
Right. It's a whole lot of mess. Yeah, I think just it's just so many sensory or what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's too much stimulation. It's too much sensory of like
I can see this and that, and now I can't find this.
It's distraction, and then
very
again,
distracting.
it's like listening and anticipating your stressors. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope some of these coping techniques can help somebody out there. I know we feel, like you said, like in a bubble, alone. You are not alone. You're really not alone. Like, we're all dealing with something funky, something we weren't expecting.
Right.
Just try to find what's going to bring you back to square one, back on your track. You know, you can deny it as long as you want, but at some point you got to deal.
And
Don't beat yourself up either.
Right.
You know, maybe have a drink, but don't drink a whole bottle every day
Right.
because that won't get you anywhere either.
Right. I think it's yeah, I love that.
I hope I helped somebody out there today.
I think you may have. I think that you
If
may
you need
have.
Netflix and a bath and a burrito,
Holla at your girl.
I'm telling you, life changing. Life changing.
But yeah, I think knowing those healthy coping mechanisms versus the negative ones. If you see yourself going or you know, spiraling down this like negative pigeonhole, it's just like, all right, I need to do some of this. I need to do some X. It's like balance. You know what I mean?
And if you try something and that's not helping, try something else. Move around.
Yeah.
Move around. Do what feels good for you.
Yeah.
And I guess that brings us to our intentions
Our
for the
weekly
week.
intentions.
Yeah.
What's your intention this week?
My intention this week is being patient and surrendering to what's for me. So this morning in yoga, every day, every time I practice, you know, that's the beginning of the practice is setting an intention for yourself. And I was like thinking in my mind, I need to find some patience right now. There's a lot of things I'm trying to control and maneuver and like make happen. And they're going to happen in perfect and divine timing.
Right.
I need to just be patient.
Yeah.
And then the instructor says out loud, and if you can't think of an intention, then I hope you take the time to be patient with yourself today. And I was like, okay, clearly this is what I needed.
Telling you.
This is what I needed.
Yeah.
And whether it be with myself, changes happening around me, goals, I just want to be more patient and surrender to what's for me and just be present. It's good. We got it.
I feel like it's really hard to patience is something like it's a virtue.
It's a virtue.
And it's not like, you know, you ask the universe, you ask God, whatever you ask or whomever you ask, I want patience, I want patience. It's not like you're not going to just get granted patience.
You're going to get opportunities to practice
you're
patience.
You're going to have, exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. You have the opportunity or circumstance that's going to test your patience, and you have that, it's like a test of like, okay, how are you going to react now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to keep being impatient or
Are you going to
just breathe,
yeah,
work through it.
yeah. I think that my intention this week is kind of similar.
Because we go together.
Yeah, I think just my intention this week is to trust the process. You know? I think change is inevitable. The only thing that we are guaranteed is change. And that could be your mindset, your like idea of like, okay, I thought this is what I wanted. And then you get to the peak of your want and it's not what you want anymore. And that could be scary. That could be frightening. That's
For sure.
that happened to me recently. I won't go too deep into it, but just being okay with change, just welcoming change into my life, and allowing a change to come to me, a change to happen inside of me, to evolve.
And just trusting that's a part of your journey.
Yeah, timing is everything. I think we always think like, oh, damn, it's control of like I expected and I thought and I wanted X, Y, and Z to happen, and then when it doesn't happen in that way or that time or how you envision it, it's like, well, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or I'm not doing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That self-doubt comes into your head of like, am I doing what I'm supposed to,
Yeah, we're always living in the future or in the past and not just being like present.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Clearly I'm where I'm supposed to be, or I wouldn't be here.
You were right on time.
Right on time. So be patient.
Uh-huh.
And I love it. We do go together.
Yeah. Just trust it. Just
Trust the process.
Trust that process.
Go with the flow.
It's really hard to go with the flow. It really is.
I'm a go with the flow kind of gal.
Do you know that my name means flow?
Does it really?
Yeah. To flow. To ascend. Like to flow.
Jordan,
like the river.
I love
like
Jordan.
River. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a very go with the flow kind of person too. But sometimes, every now and again, you'll catch me in those negative like coping of like, but I want it, but and it's like, just welcome change, girl. It's coming, and what
change
you thought,
don't come.
Yeah, it's like the things that you envision of like how things were gonna go is never. It's just like to psych. Yeah, right. Yeah.
God's plan, not your plan. It's fine. It'll work out. What is meant to be will be.
What is meant to be will be.
I think this has been another episode of Risky Intentions.
Thank you guys for listening yet again. And
but come back.
Hey. Come back.
Come back. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.